Welcome back to my channel, and again, Ada is back. And today we are going to discuss about universities in Canada with very high acceptance rates. So it's one thing for you to apply to universities; it's another thing for you to be accepted. So you don't want to waste your energy, your resources. So we actually decided to suggest some couple of universities today that you have a very very good chance of getting the admission there. So, Ada, do you?
Yes. Okay, so for universities to get into with high acceptance rates, there are so many of them in Canada where the competition is not like some of those other like top universities, like the top 10. And so the requirements are not so strict.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit lenient. And because it's lenient, it's very easy to just get in, especially for international students. So I have a number of them on my list. So at present now, based on what I looked up, so one school is Wilfrid Laurier University. I'm going to give you the list of like these universities with the percentages in case you want to put it on the screen.
Yeah.
So anyway, Wilfrid Laurier University, the acceptance rate is about 89%. Now, 89% is very high. So if you are looking to study for, or if you're looking to apply for undergraduate or postgraduate program, right, this is one school to consider. There is also Lakehead University, 83%.
Yeah.
Wilfrid Laurier is in Ontario. Lakehead University is also in the province of Ontario. There is Toronto Metropolitan University. That one used to be called Ryerson University, but now they changed their name. So the acceptance rate is about 80%. It's also is Ontario. Ontario like has the most number of schools in Canada. It's one of the provinces with like the most number of universities and colleges in Canada.
Yeah.
Then University of Guelph is 66% acceptance rate.
Okay.
Now the highest acceptance rate like ever, the one that tops this list, sorry if this list is not like in order, but the one that tops this list is University of Lethbridge.
Okay.
It is in Alberta. It's in the province of Alberta, where it's in the southern part of Alberta. University of Lethbridge, their acceptance rate is 93%.
Wow.
93%. That's like
it's guaranteed to be enrolled. Yeah.
I haven't yet seen a school that has something higher than 93%, but like 93% chance, man. That means that you would, like, when you apply, as long as all your documents are,
you meet the requirements. Yeah, it's almost
requirements. So like having the requirements is one thing, right? It's still important. Just because the requirements are lenient does not mean, right? So University of Lethbridge is one school to consider. And also, it's also one of those universities that is not as expensive when you compare it to the average for tuition, both for undergraduate and graduate studies. So University of Lethbridge, very easy to get into as an international student. And even if you are from a minority group, right, you have like an equal chance as, someone else or your other fellow counterparts from all over the world. So there is also Memorial. Memorial University is 67%. Now, Memorial University is a very popular university for international students. It's in the province of Newfoundland. It's in the eastern part of Canada.
Okay.
And it is one of the universities with the cheapest tuition for international students. Cheapest tuition. I remember, I think last year, their tuition used to be around 11,000 or so, either per semester or per year. But now this year, this new session, it increased to 20,000. Even at that, it is still cheap, right? 20,000 a year is still cheap for international students compared to some other schools, like, for example, University of Toronto, that is like more than 30,000, University of Alberta, so Memorial University is one of those schools.
Yeah, compared to others,
compared to like some average for international students. There is also University of Manitoba. University of Manitoba is it's very common. It's one of those very common schools. Like almost every time I make a video,
You mentioned the
always
university.
mentioning University of Manitoba. So you should already know by now, like that's one of those common schools that people apply to and get admission. Um, if you apply for undergraduate, sometimes like I've had people who want to apply or who have applied to Manitoba and then they're like, oh, but they apply for this specific program and they are seeing that the thing is putting them in a different category. It's okay, that's their thing. Because I think for that school, what happens is if you're applying for undergraduate, now this is for those of you who want undergraduate, right? You choose a program, right? But when they give you admission, you find out that they don't give you admission to the program you want. What they do is that for the first year, right, people take general courses, right? You don't have a major, you don't have a concentration in your first year. That is what they will tell you. So that's why you see something like University One or something like that, right? It doesn't mean you have not gotten admission into the program you want. It just means that, year one is general, like you take a bunch of general courses, right? So at the end of your year one, you choose the concentration you want. So that moving forward from year two, that is where you will now focus on, right, for your bachelor's. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you end up doing your research browsing and you're not seeing, you want to get into that particular thing, but you're not seeing it there in the application. Don't worry about it. Just apply like normal. Also, University of Manitoba has scholarships as well. They have quite a number of them, especially for graduate studies, master's, PhD. They have scholarships of up to 24, 25, even for masters, it's about 24 or 25,000 or so. They call it a fellowship, and then for PhD, they also have like that fellowship that will cover you for the length of time of your studies. They also have for undergraduate as well. Then for the next one on my list is University of Saskatchewan. So I hope you guys are making notes. The names will be on the screen in case you're missing the spelling or the pronunciation.
The pronunciation sounds, I don't even know, sounds German.
Yeah, I know. University of Saskatchewan. So, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe this name is actually of Aboriginal origin, but don't quote me. So University of Saskatchewan is a very, very good school. They are big on research, like it's very good, especially if you're into research. If you want to do masters or PhD, University of Saskatchewan is one of very, very good schools to attend, to apply and to attend. But even for undergraduates too, it's still a very good school. The acceptance rate is 58%, and they have a lot of scholarships for international students. They have quite a number of them. So there's something for everyone there. I think there is this particular scholarship where I can't exactly remember the name now. I don't keep all this information in my head, but I know there is one for international students where it's like $10,000. So $10,000 is a lot of money. So they do have scholarships for international students. This one I know because I've looked into it myself. So the next university on my list is University of New Brunswick.
Okay.
And New Brunswick, the acceptance rate is 67%. There is also Concordia University.
Okay.
Concordia University, the acceptance rate is 78%. Concordia has a number of scholarships, and they also have bursaries too. So yeah, it's one of those schools to consider. Then there is York University, especially for undergraduates. York University, I've mentioned it before, but York University, the acceptance rate is 89%. So it's also very high. Yeah, for undergraduates, right? 89% is very high. And then the last one on my list here is St. Francis Xavier University. And the acceptance rate is 60% for St. Francis Xavier is in Nova Scotia. The acceptance rate is 60%. So one thing I just want to point out is that for scholarships, there are scholarships available and there are bursaries available. So if you are trying to apply for admission, if you don't get scholarship, if you get admission but you don't get scholarship, right? It's okay. Just move forward with your application, apply for the visa, right? Because when you come here, right, you'll be able to get something there are bursaries for international students, but it's just that with bursaries, right? Sometimes you need to be here in Canada before you can have
Okay, that's it.
access to. Yeah, there are some scholarships that may not be available to you because you are outside, just by virtue of you being outside of Canada. But once you come, once you start, like at least do the first semester, finish the first semester, right? You'll find out that there are scholarships that you qualify for just by
Okay.
virtue of you being here in Canada and you have already started school, right? Some of
Okay.
them you won't get maybe because you're outside, but when you come in, there's
Mm,
something for everyone.
okay.
Bursary is one of those things that really helps you, especially if you're in dire financial need, right? Something
Okay.
that helps you. But with bursaries, in most cases, you have to be here before you
Mm,
have access to that bursary.
okay.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. So yeah, just check out these universities. Lethbridge, you should really be you should really be looking at Lethbridge because that's the highest acceptance rate. So
Yeah, yeah. 93%, right?
93%.
Wow.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been to that school before, and so I know that there's diversity
Mm,
because I saw like many people from like there's the international community is very strong there,
okay.
right? Although Lethbridge is not one of the biggest cities in Alberta, but the international community is very, very strong there in Lethbridge. I've
Okay.
been there, I've seen the school before, I've seen all the buildings before.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay.
Adele, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
And
you.
guys, please subscribe to Ada's channel, Ada Canada. The link will be in the description. And also don't forget to watch our videos, so many videos about Canada. And before you go, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.
Bye.